as lawsuits against the Walt Disney Company for a multitude of alleged infractions continue to pile up. The entertainment world has all their eyes trained on one particular case involving Mandalorian's Gina Carano. And now, after a recent ruling by the judge compelling the Mouse House to turn over all compensation records for actors playing a variety of roles in such recent Star Wars projects as Ahsoka, Andor, and the Acolyte, the discovery process has officially been punched into hyperspace. Let's talk about Gina Carano's thoughts on the judge's recent ruling in her discrimination case against Lucasfilm and the Walt Disney Company here on That Park Place. Somebody who can say some things. Gina Carano. That Park Place. This by Marvin Martindero as well. Gina Carano responds to court victory in lawsuit against Disney. Quote, a small breath of fresh air as judge orders Disney to turn over actor pay records. Yes, we did cover this in an earlier That Park Place segment, but we have just a little bit of an update to provide all of you. Apparently, she has responded in kind. This being the judge's order to compel motion there via discovery process on actor compensation attached to Mandalorian, Ahsoka, the Book of Boba Fett, Andor, the Acolyte, the upcoming Mandalorian and Grogu film. Again, it's all about establishing just how
value.
Much, how much value was lost with Lucasfilm's decision to forcibly depart Miss Gina Carano from her Cara Dune role right here. And she says this is a small breath of fresh air in this long, arduous process. I'm grateful to the court for moving so quickly. I look forward to the details of my case becoming public and clearing my name, which will allow me to continue doing what I love without such brutal discrimination. I remain incredibly grateful for this opportunity to defend myself against this Goliath. Thank you, Elon Musk. And X, Elon Musk providing her the legal counsel necessary in order to pursue a case like this, because I mean, usually Disney they wouldn't have allowed this to get to this point. And I'll just put it there briefly. Your guys' thoughts on this?
No, I think it's she's getting justice. This is going her way. Disney doesn't have a leg to stand on. Hollywood's own ridiculous, laws that were created to defend communists back in the day during the Red Scare has finally come back to bite them in the butt, because now it's going to be used to defend Gina Carano, and it's going to be used to get Gina Carano a whole lot of money. If there was nothing to hide in these discovery notes that Gina didn't have a case about, then they would have just turned him over and been like, here, there you go. What are you going to do? But there's clearly something to hide. They got the contract. They got the contract for Carl Weathers, the full contract, and they got the pay records for Pedro Pascal, Rosario Dawson, what's his face from Andor, Amandla Stenberg, and Carl Weathers. So there's a lot going on.
Yeah. Yep. I really want to know how much Amandla Stenberg was paid for the Acolyte, because
I can't wait to find that out.
Oh my God. There's so much money that was put towards that production. A lot of people have been questioning where exactly that money went. I just want to tear into those records and understand exactly how much Amandla Stenberg made. And here's the thing too. I think the Ahsoka comparison is also very, very good, because remember, she was promised Rangers of the New Republic, and she would have starred in that series. And so it's like to get Rosario Dawson's information on that, I think is super crucial to this case.
Absolutely. But you see what's going on with what do you call it? Just the things that they are doing to just purposely disrespect her, like that horrible ESPN list that left her off of the pioneers of women's MMA, which is absolutely insane for Gina Carano to not be on a list like that. It's just the company has a vendetta against her and she against it. And I mean, I know part of this is that she wants her job back. She wants her series. She wants to be Cara Dune again. But I mean, I don't even know why you'd want to go back at this point.
I think it's more about not even just getting back to maybe Disney, for example, but remember when Disney said, "Look, listen, her statements were reprehensible," or whatever they end up saying, that didn't just blacklist her from Disney, it blacklisted her from Hollywood in general. That's why she hasn't really been involved in any works outside of Disney following this incident, at least major works out of Hollywood, because she's been considered basically a leper within Hollywood circles. And I think that is also part of the damages that she seeks to remedy via this case, which is fantastic. If she can, I think these compensation records are just massively important for this whole thing. Culture, your thoughts on this?
Well, I mean, whether or not she wants to get her show back or whatever, I think that's the least of the problems here. It's the fact that not only was she treated terribly for her beliefs and for, just reposting someone else's post. The way Disney went about it was to basically destroy her, to defame her. It was done with malice. The way it was reported was done with malice. She didn't even find out, except through social media, that her contract wasn't being renewed and that this was such a big deal that they had to publicly state it at a time when there was a live stream going on in support of groups that helped with people who'd been trafficked. I was on that stream with Jay, Drunk 3PO, and many others in promotion of this charity. And at that time, I mean, it flabbergasted everybody. And it kind of derailed the conversation for about half an hour before we turned it into something different. But the fact that this was done the way it was done can easily be construed as with malice. So it's very much against the law in California. They made the law specifically to support the communists. And at this point, it's being there supporting Gina, who is as far from communist as you could possibly get. This will teach California to, give people extra rights that don't exist in the Constitution. At the same time, it's kind of it's kind of a serendipity. What I find fascinating is that Gina would even consider going back or even getting the show. I would think that there was nothing at Disney that she could do. I mean, it certainly would be a tough pill to swallow for Iger, but I'm more intrigued by what the recompense will be here because, with a recent court ruling in New York that a guy owes $1.6 billion to 20 women, I'm interested to see what Disney does with this. And they have a tendency to settle, but they haven't been able to settle their way out of this. And I don't think they'll be able to. I think this is all about the discovery and the embarrassment. The process is the punishment in this case. And I think that the comeuppance is well-deserved.
Marvin, you were about to say something?
No, I don't think I was.
The thing when they were looking to, what is it? They were seeking to delay this case. And they were saying, "Oh, we need more time to get our discovery together." Justice delayed is justice denied, and they're playing games. But if it means we wait but get this kind of information, that's just one of those things that you kind of have to take. And I think it's not optimum, but better than the alternative, which is nothing. So I certainly support Gina in this effort right here because I think there's been political persecution for actors and talent within Hollywood by Hollywood executives for a variety of reasons, going back a variety of years. And this has to stop. And if this can be exposed in this big way and really, reform can come out of this for a lot of aggrieved actors, I think that's some big time stuff worth pursuing. Albertus Magnus 44 with $5. Never forget Disney slandered Gina Carano and called her, quote, vile. Disney's in bad position, which is good. That is a great point right there, Albertus Magnus. When you slander somebody openly like that, you are, especially from an authoritative position like Lucasfilm or Disney, you are really killing their career prospects in a big way. So, indeed.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.